Look out for the ending. It's a shocker.
Kids' websites full of fun, but also under surveillance.
A vet's best friend, but we're not talking about doctors.
And weekend plans stay dry as out-of-control fires burn.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Summer vacation might get longer for Columbia students. Good evening. I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Jim Reek. Thanks for joining us. The Board of Education votes in about a half hour tonight on a possible summer school change. KOMU 8's Kristen Cassidy is live with the details. Kristen.
Burley Street at the Columbia Public Schools Administration Building, where in just a little bit they're getting ready to vote on a proposed new summer school schedule. The proposed schedule has K-8 students starting on June 6th, which is a week earlier than last year's start date. This would allow those students to be out in time to enjoy the 4th of July holiday. High school students would start 3 days later on June 9th. Because school officials say high school teachers need a longer break between the end of the regular school year and the beginning of the summer school session, so they have time to grade final exams and projects. High school students would not get out by the 4th of July, but school officials say if the school district does not use all of its planned snow days, then the start date would be moved up to June 6th, but that decision needs to wait until the spring to see how the weather pans out. School officials say the reason behind the proposed schedule change is to accommodate both families and staff.
We are making the recommendation to shorten our summer school and kind of tighten it up, because we really got feedback from families and from staff that that would be a more family-friendly schedule. So people feel like they really do have a little more of a summer break, an opportunity to take family vacations.
Students would still have a 6-hour school day, which is the same as last year, but they would be attending 4 less days of summer school. School officials say other learning opportunities could be available after the official summer school session ends, like reading camps. Reporting live in Columbia, Kristen Cassidy, KOMU 8 News.
Thanks, Kristen.
It's been another beautiful day in mid-Missouri, but it's been a very dry day, as it has been for the last week or more. And officials are cautioning you not to do any burning of brush or leaves, certainly when the breeze is up during the middle part of the day. Right now, live Doppler 8 First Alert radar scanning a beautifully clear sky, and our temperatures, now that we're back on standard time, are falling more quickly during these evening hours. We're going to be moving back into the low 60s and ultimately be back to the mid-50s by the end of the evening hours. Our forecast does contain a couple more really beautiful days and a possibility for some rain on the extended forecast. We'll talk about that in a few minutes on KOMU 8 News at 6.
A group at the Missouri Veterans Home welcomed a new resident today, just in time for Veterans Day. KOMU 8's Hillary Mullen introduces us to a new companion and the fellow veterans who made it all possible.
And knowing that it's moving.
Meet Jackson. He's a Labrador and a Golden Retriever mix, and he just made 150 new best friends.
I just happened to be driving by on 44 and, saw the sign for the Veterans Home and thought, I think he just might make a pretty good companion dog.
Railing is also a veteran who now trains dogs. He spent the past 6 months training the former rescue dog from Illinois to become a companion dog. The Missouri Veterans Home is the first place to receive one of Railing's Dogs for Vets. Jackson has been trained to respond to a list of over 50 different commands. One resident says learning all of them might be a challenge at first.
It's going to be basically up to us. We're going to relearn ourselves, retrain ourselves more or less.
I think it'd be a outstanding thing for the residents.
Even if you got a bad day, a dog come up and start looking at you, give you puppy eyes and stuff like that, and then you take and gotta pet him and start petting him, and it kind of brings you up too.
Although Railing is happy with his contribution to the Veterans Home, he says he's sad to say goodbye to Jackson. Hillary Mullen, KOMU 8 News, St. James.
And residents there will officially welcome Jackson to the Veterans Home at a ceremony on Wednesday. To find a link to Railing's website, you can visit KOMU.com.
Today's weather doesn't make it feel that way, but winter is just around the corner, and so is cold weather. KOMU 8's Kylie McGivern reports that the Salvation Army has begun its quest for winter coats to help those in need.
Many feel the economy is as stable as blowing leaves, But one thing hasn't changed, the need for support.
This year is going to be unlike any other year because of the economy and because people are holding on a little tighter to their resources.
Inez McQueen doesn't have much herself. She's living at the shelter now, but she gave what little she had to those living at the Salvation Army.
I had a few coats of my own, and there was people that didn't have any. So I shared my coats with them. Now I'm left with a hoodie and maybe a light coat.
At the Salvation Army in Columbia, I only counted about 5 thick winter coats. In children's coats, only 2.
Our shelter right now has nearly 20 children in it. That's a lot of children for a 61-bed shelter.
Matthew says it's about more than providing coats.
It helps us know that we can provide people with hope, and that's the bottom line.
Hope so they can turn over a new leaf in times of need. Kylie McGivern, KMU8 News, Columbia.
Salvation Army's goal is to collect 1,500 coats. To find out where you can donate, visit the links and numbers section at our website, KOMU.com. You've probably seen the Regency Hotel on Broadway, but it might not look that way for much longer. KOMU8's Marissa Holloway.
Jim, I'm on East Broadway in downtown Columbia, right outside of the Regency Hotel. Now, Chesterfield Hotels Incorporated, that's the company that wants to tear down this hotel and build a new one. Columbia Tax Increment Financing Commission is looking today at redevelopment and financing plans for the new hotel. This is just one of many meetings in the development of the new hotel. Today I spoke with Dave Parmley. He's the developer of the new hotel. He also owns the Hampton Inn on Stadium. After all the success that hotel saw, he decided why not build a new one downtown. The new hotel will be called the Indigo Hotel. It's going to be 7 stories high, and Parmley told me that it's going to be a high-tech place that will attract a more affluent crowd. And in terms of construction, he says it won't really slow anything down downtown. Reporting live in Columbia, Marissa Holloway, KOMU8 News.
Websites for children, what parents need to know about what's getting left in their computer.
And as nice as it's been, and as much as we really like this sunny and relatively warm weather, we do need some rain, but I think we may have some of that in our extended forecast next on KOMU8 News at 6.